afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the sixth session here at this venue, Many Ramayanas, Many Lessons. We have Anand Neelakantan, who will be in conversation with Kavi Yaga. Anand Neelakantan is the author of the popular Bahubali trilogy, the prequel to S.S. Rajamouli's movie. He is also the author of Asura, Tale of the Vanquished 2012, a retelling of the Ramayana from Ravana's point of view, and the Ajaya series, which told the Mahabharata from Duryodhana's perspective. Vanara 2018, Valmiki's Women 2021, Nala Damayanti 2023, The Tale of the Flying Mountains 2023, and the latest, Many Ramayanas, Many Lessons 2025, are some of his other popular works. His books have been translated into more than 15 languages, including Indonesian and Burmese. He has also written scripts and screenplays for TV and columns for newspapers. Kavi Yaga's travel memoir, Walking in Clouds, A Journey to Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar, was published by HarperCollins India in 2018. Her upcoming short fiction collection, The Vanishing's 8 Stories, won the Judges' Choice of the George Garrett Fiction Prize 2024 and will be published by Texas Review Press in April 2026. She is co-editor of Work, Wisdom, Legacy, 31 Essays from India, Orient Black Swan 2025. A runner-up for the 2021 Calvino Prize, she was a 2023 Yaddo Fellow and attended the 2022 Iowa Writers' Workshop Summer Session. Her work has appeared in One Story, Swamp Pink, The Hindu, River Teeth, The Bombay Review, and elsewhere. She lives in Hyderabad with her husband, Hari. Can I please request you to please take a seat?
Check.
Welcome, everyone. Anand, this is a full crowd.
Check. Check.
A lot of people waiting to hear from you. Everyone, welcome to this session with Anand Neelakantan on his gripping and surprising book, Many Ramayanas, Many Lessons. But I would like to say that this is not his latest book. His latest book is Mahishasura, the legend of Kumari Kandam, which came out just 3 to 4 days ago.
Yeah.
So Anand, welcome to Hyderabad Literature
Thank
Festival.
you. I think it is after 13 years in this festival. Thank you very much.
So for those who haven't read it yet, what is Many Ramayanas, Many Lessons, and why did you write it?
I will answer like my first book, Asura. It starts with the end and ends with the beginning. So I will answer her question from the end.
Okay.
Actually, when I wrote Asura, a lot of questions came from where did you get this Ramayana? I think at that time I was one book old. I had come to Hyderabad and I had taken, there was a session like this and some people were very angry that I am meddling with Ramayana. And they had asked a question from where did you get all these things? At that time there was no time to answer because before I could answer they were escorted out because they were heckling or something like that. And later I wrote Ramayana from various point of views. I wrote Siya Ke Ram in television in Hindi, which would have come in other languages also. That was from the point of view of Sita. So Asura was from Ravan's side. Then I wrote Vanara, in which Bali is the hero, Sugriva the villain. When I was writing it, I was also writing Mahabali Hanuman in television, where Sugriva was one of the heroes and Bali was the villain in the entire thing. Then I wrote Valmiki's Women, where Tataka, Meenakshi, Shanta, these are the characters. And I was also writing Srimad Ramayana in Sony TV, where these were all the villain characters. So when this went on, a lot of people started asking whether I'm okay in my head, what is happening. So I wanted to tell them there are many Ramayanas. So Audible approached me at that time. Audible had coming in between Bahubali and other things happened. I'm just sticking to the Ramayana, to the question. Audible asked me whether you can write, because it was COVID time and everybody was stuck inside their home. Those people who were not affected by COVID were having a great vacation. We all learned to wear good clothes in the top and shorts in the bottom. So that is how I remember the COVID, because on Zoom Meet you are focused only on this. So this was a time when Audible asked whether I can write. So I decided that I will put all the sources which I had taken for my books, whether I am writing from this side or the other side. So I had encountered a lot of Ramayanas. So in Audible it came as first as an audio book called Many Ramayanas, Many Lessons, both in English and Hindi, where I was telling the same Ramayana, but everywhere I pause and say, this Ramayana in Valmiki version itself is at least three. Three versions are there. In this Valmiki version, it is like this, but in Kamba Ramayana, it is different from this. In Tulsidas, it is different from it. In folk Ramayanas, it is different. So that show became a big hit because people had no other job. People were listening all these things. It coincided with the old Ramayan series, which also became a big hit. So that would have helped this. Then Harper approached and asked me to write the book. But by that time, 5 years had passed. In the 5 years, I had encountered more Ramayanas. Since it's a pattern seeking, once you start looking at it, I had encountered more Ramayanas than what I had written in 2020. So I added all those things in the book. Now 1 year is over, I have encountered more Ramayanas than what it is there. The crux of it is that there are countless Ramayanas. And so this is just an attempt to show a few percent, 5 or 10% of what is available in the world. So many versions are there. Hence this book.
But you haven't answered the first part of my question.
I forgot it actually. What was the first part?
What is the book about? Can you tell people what it's about?
Oh, I thought I answered that. The book is about different versions of Ramayana that I encountered. I am not saying they are the Ramayanas, but I have encountered quite a number of them. So one thing what we often forget is India is perhaps the most literary civilization. We have books for everything. In Sanskrit, in Tamil, in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, all the classical languages of India, Pali. We have so many classical books for everything. In spite of that, not even 5% of the Indian storytelling tradition is in the book format. There is much more folk tales, many more folk tales. So one of the Ramayanas, this is not to offend anyone. And I'm really scared about this room. There is nothing, no way I can escape also. It's totally closed. The people are standing also there. So this is not to offend anyone or anything. This is just to tell you some of the versions. Many of them I have put it, but what is not in the book. Because what is in the book, if I tell, you won't buy the book and I won't get the royalty. So what is not in the book, I'll tell you now. There is this version of Ramayana. It's a Malayalam folktale, but I recently only encountered, where Sita doesn't go with Ram in Vanvas. Maybe it is a matrilineal society, or used to be, now it is no more. So these kind of versions would have come there. It's an old folk tale where Sita says, if your father says to go, you go and come. I will stay here. Then the logical question comes, then who did Ravan kidnap? So in this story, Ravan doesn't kidnap anyone. Ram goes because he's an Asura, he goes and kills him. Very simply solved. No complication in the story. But the crux of the story is this: when Ram comes back, Lord Rama comes back, Sita asks for an Agrivariksha. Sita says, you have gone, it's a song, you have gone for 14 years, I don't know who all you were with. So I don't want you to, I won't open the door. And then Ram takes an oath that you are my only wife, Ekapatni Vrta, no, you are my only wife. So it is in the same Bhakti tradition only, but shown in another way. You are my only wife. I vouch for it, and you have to take my word. It is Rama's word. And Lakshman also vouches for his brother. Bhai, theek hai. Theek bol rahe hai. Lakshman also vouches for him, and then only Sita opens the door. It's a countertelling. If you really see, it's an ancient folk countertelling. Maybe some grandma who was angry with her husband would have made it up long, long ago. But that also becomes a corpus of Ramayana. Without taking the seriousness of Ramayana away, there are so many stories. I wanted to put a few of them in the book form so that people will be curious. That's all.
But your book
Was
is...
I talking without mic? My voice
No,
is
no.
quite loud.
No, I think. So one of the things I really loved about your book was not just the retelling of the Ramayanas, but the lessons you draw from them. And and they're very beautiful and they're very simple as well. One of them is, where Jaya and Vijaya are the gatekeepers. And why don't you just recount that a little bit and the little lesson that can be drawn from that?
Actually, Ramayana over the years, because of a lot of television retellings, which I am responsible for most of it in the recent years, I have created this impression in people that it's a good versus evil story. Neither Ramayana nor Mahabharata is a good versus evil story. The concept of absolute good and evil doesn't exist in Indian system. So always about dharma and dharma sankat and what action you are taking based on that dharma. Absolute good, absolute wrong is not there. It's a very Semitic, I told it in some of my other speeches also, so somebody, if you attended my sessions in other lit fests, it might be a repetition, but for the sake of enunciating the point, I will say this. There are lot of point of views in the world in which lives can be looked at, but broadly we can classify it into two. One is the Eastern ones, which includes all the Indian thought process, major thought process like Hinduism, what we call as Hinduism now, a collection of darshanas, then Buddhism, Jainism, then in Chinese one, Confucianism, Taoism. They see the life in one way. And on the other side, you have got the Semitic, Abrahamic view of life. In Christianity, in Judaism, in Islam, and in communism, the four great religions from the West. It's a religion only. You can find parallels with the other three religions in communism. It works on the concept of duality. God versus devil, sin versus redemption, hell versus heaven. There is a sky daddy who has given conflicting instructions to three different people just for the heck of it. He has a sense of humor. So he has given it. So that is a slight diversion. Just to put that, this was told not by me. Long ago when I was a kid, Swami Chinmayananda told this story, stuck in my mind. So God, or the sky daddy, what we call as God, he sits in the sky, he comes to this desert place, he finds only a few people. So he decides that let me have some fun. So he calls one group and says that you should not eat pork, you can marry four, don't drink wine. Then he turns to the neighbor, just as there is a conflict, he tells to him, you marry only one, drink wine, eat pork also. Another person he says, the third person he says, don't eat pork, drink wine, have only one wife. So that I can watch the fun. Then the fourth person is sitting. So he looks at him and says, I am going to give you some instructions. And he says, who are you? God is taken aback. God says, I am God. He says, oh God, how will I know you are God? What is the proof that you are God? And what about your commandments? How will I know? So many people will come and say so many things. Because we are all used to politicians, right? So you will be offering, heaven, and you are telling, you will fry me, make me tandoor in the hell. Why should I believe you? Why should I believe all your rules? So God looks at him and says, do whatever you want. You are a Hindu. No instructions for you. Do whatever you want. You want to pray, you pray. Morning you want to pray, you pray. You think God can be bribed with a coconut so that he will come and help you in your exam? Give a coconut, no problem. So these are the 2 points of view of life. So in Indian system, it was always about everyone deciding what is their dharma, swadharma, and acting on it. And when you act it, there is a karma, there is a fruit of karma, karma bala. That it can be bitter or sweet depending on how you do it. And there is an endless time. There is a cyclical nature of time. There is no end to it. There is no judgment day. So that is why we are so lazy at work. If it doesn't happen in this janma, next janma we will do. What is hurry? Except in the traffic. Because bosses come from the Semitic system. You have to be on time. They have a different software. Only when they are in the office. So, Jaya Vijaya story, Ramayana then, what is Ramayana then? Ramayana becomes a Leela of the God. What is Leela? Leela is fun. Leela is game. It is to explain a point to the people. So Jaya and Vijaya are there. How many from the IT industry? Good. Good number of them. So this is for you basically. Jaya and Vijay. This story you would have known, but I am just telling it in the IT parlance way. Bangalore, it was a better hit. More IT people had come. So Jaya and Vijaya are there. These people are the Dwarapalakas or doorkeepers. So they have been given an instruction by their HR. So HR gives this weird instruction. Boss is sleeping. Don't let anyone inside. Instruction is very clear. But you know that in any company, it is always, show me your face, I will tell you the rule. Isn't it? So these jokers are standing here, these two people are standing here, and the Sanagadi Munis come. When they come inside, they say, you can't enter. So they say, we have a free pass. They show the tag and all. We have a free pass, please let us in. This is our HR policy. Anything is there, you talk to a HR head, we won't let you in. So naturally, imagine this is a startup and a major investor has come from US and your watchman throws him out. You are waiting to sell the startup and you have promised your wife vacation and all. And this is what you have ended up with. So these people, they have taken a decision, right? That not to allow the Sanagadi Munis into the Vaikuntha. So they curse them and go. So these people rush back to their boss. And boss is a boss, whether it is Bhagavan or not, boss is a boss. So Vishnu says, you should use your logic. All rules, these are just instruction. You should not follow it to the T. You should know who is coming. Same policy. We know from where it came from. You should see the face and apply the rule. You should have allowed them inside. So you say, what is this? So you have to take, now you have a choice. You can take, in southern version, 100 Janmas, northern version, 7 Janmas. This also we don't agree, anything we don't agree. Okay. So 7 Janmas of being, there are multiple versions also. 7 Janmas of being the devotee, the Andha Bhakta of Bhagavan. 7 Janmas or 3 or 100 Janmas. 3 Janmas of being enemy. This is a choice given to them. So these Jaya and Vijaya are very intelligent people. So they know Andha Bhakti is no place to be. They don't want to be the devotee. It is better to be the enemy of Bhagavan and play a part. But then Jaya asks a question. You are also responsible for it. This is the beauty of our way of thinking also. Even Vishnu is responsible for what happened to them. Because he had given a choice, right? So we will become your enemy, what will happen to us? So Vishnu says, what to do? I will also have to come to earth. Take avatars. Play this Leela and kill you. So he has also the karma bala. So Jaya Vijaya becomes Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Then later Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And in southern version, Kamsa and Shishupala. Northern version, Shishupala and Dandavakra. They become, and every time they come there, come to the earth, they are given a long rope. So Ravan rules for 10,000 years. Has his own prior. He is like Elon Musk or what is that fellow who does MAGA? Not that fellow who does Mukesh Ambani, Gautam Adani, the other fellow. Make America great again. That fellow. Not Mukesh Ambani, Gautam Adani, MAGA. That's different. So that, like that, Ravan rules. He has his own private island, private jet. He has an entire setup like any billionaire. 10,000 years he is allowed to do that. And then Ramavatar comes and Ravan, because of his karma himself, he gets the karma bala and Ravan is defeated. And this is shown to the world. So because of Vishnu's karma bala of not giving proper instructions to his subordinates, the boss also suffers in not suffering. It is his chosen thing. But from human point of view, it is like a suffering only. 14 years he has to go through the entire thing. So that Leela becomes that, and Krishna Avatar, Rama is more smart, so it is the next Avatar, because Rama had suffered so much, in Krishna Avatar is full, it's a Paripurna Avatar, it's full enjoyment for Krishna, whatever happens. It's again an action of Karma Bala. In the previous Janma he suffered, next Janma it is full enjoyment, full throttle enjoyment. It's another way of looking at it.
Hello. Scholarly essay. 300 Ramayanas documented many of the same variations that you explored the Thai, Tibetan versions, and also the absence of Lakshman Rekha and Valmiki's version. But it was taken out of the textbooks. Are, are you making this kind of scholarship more accessible? And has India changed enough that we can finally have this kind of a conversation?
India is not mature enough for scholars, but I am not a scholar. I am a storyteller. Storytellers can tell anything. So Ramanujan sir is a great scholar. But for me, it is like storytelling. So I come from a storytelling tradition. Just to put the point, one of the greatest storytellers in the country ever, I will consider him above Shakespeare, is a 17th century Malayalam poet called Kunjan Nambiyar. Ottantullal, what he does. For others who are not familiar with it, he used the Puranas in the most satirical way in that era, 400 years ago, in the most satirical way, without showing any disrespect, but he made a lot of points. His plots are all hilarious. Though the Jaya Vijaya story and all, the way I told it, I had taken it from him. So he got away in that era by telling it. Got away in the sense, he celebrated poet. So one of the theme about him, not done here, is that Shiva burns. We all talk about you should have a lot of patience, but many of the gods don't have that kind of patience. So Shiva burns down Yama, the god of death. And what happens in Markandeya's this thing? Then what happens is his story after that. So once nothing dies, it's hilarious and it is very deep also. You can't eat rice. Rice will grow from ears, nose. Nothing dies, no? So in your house, it is like there are 300 grandpas and grandmas. The generations of them. And none of them will get along with their children. So imagine it. All of them are in their old age, but they are not dying, and they are all fighting with their children. So many mother-in-laws to mother-in-laws to mother-in-laws to mother-in-laws to mother-in-laws. So he brings it all to conclude the poetry in such a way that he gives the entire meaning of life. What makes life meaningful is the death. If there is no death, there is no meaning to life. It's an endless process. So the death and again the rebirth, the cyclical nature is what makes life so beautiful. Any moment we can die, and so every moment we have to live, he brings it out through using the Puranas and the plot, he brings it out. This is not just in this story. You find these kind of stories in all languages. If you really listen, even if you listen to Carnatic music in the Sahitya of Carnatic music, if you just read it, what happens when people sing, because most of them are bothered about only the music. But I am a writer, so I feel very sad when in Carnatic music they split it and sing it, the Sahitya. It's a big debate. When they split it and sing, the meaning itself becomes totally opposite. But you read the Sahitya, you find these kind of stories, even a lot of stories which talks about the harmony in Shiva's family and how disharmonious it would be. Just think about it. So Shiva lamenting, some folktale, Shiva lamenting, Shiva is sitting sad. Narada comes and asks, why are you sitting sad? He says, what to do in my house? No, it is a specimen. Because I have a bull who is obstinate, Nandi, he doesn't move. I have a bull and my wife has a tiger or a lion. I have to keep them not from fighting. Then I have a snake who is sitting. And my son, of all things, he has chosen a Mushak as the mouse as the Vahan. So snake wants to eat it. Then my other son, to create trouble for me, he has a peacock. Peacock wants to eat the snake. Snake wants to eat the mouse. My wife's tiger wants to eat tiger wants to eat my Nandi. So I am keeping peace on it. So all the duty of avatars I have given to Vishnu. I don't have time for anything else. I have a domestic issue. It's an ancient poetry and I didn't make it up. So when you read all these things, you find a very, very heartening way of looking at the epics and drawing a lot of lessons from them, rather than somebody sitting and threatening you if you don't do this. If you want to read that, go and read Garuda Puranas. Garuda Puranas are usually read by priests. because it's the biggest money extracting tool available. Such a fascinating stuff in that, which was written much later than the Vedas and all. So from the high of Vedas, high theories of Vedas and Upanishads and Ramayana and Mahabharata, by the medieval time we ended up with Garuda Puran, where they talk about the Vaidarani and all our fear. If you have to cross the Vaidarani, now people are not scared of it. Why? Because Vaidarani, they call Vaidarani is full of shit and drain, and you will have to cross that. So unless you give a Brahmin a cow, you'll have to catch the cow's tail, and the cow will take you. I can't sit on the cow, I don't know. Cow's tail, it will take you abroad. And they used to threaten our ancestors with that. But now it is not working, because every day when rain comes, we have Vaidaranis all across our cities. So now when somebody says that, they will laugh. Vaidarani, every day I do that. What is the big deal? So it was written in an era, so it was basically, it was a typical management tool, right? Fear versus punishment. You achieve your target, vacation in Thailand. Don't achieve, there is a bench outside. Same like Garuda Purana. So we are evolving with all these things. But listening to these stories with a sense of slight irreverence, but with a sense of awe, gives us a lot more lessons than just reading to the stories and get scared about them. There is nothing to be scared, because it's clearly written, it is Leela, and it is mainly for enlightenment through entertainment also. The people who wrote this are not fools. They had written it with a purpose. They are great storytellers, and we are following that tradition. Thank you.
What about the other storyteller in your life, your father, and also the village that you came from with too many temples?
You can see the result. Because basically what happens, our village had a lot of temples. And you read, if you broadly classify, there are Shaivait Puranas, Shaktaya Purana, Vaishnava Puranas, and then a lot of Upapuranas. Any Puranas you read, there are certain parameters you have to do. In Shaiva Purana, Shiva will be the ultimate. Stories will be the same, Shiva will be the ultimate. Vaishnava Purana, Vishnu will be the ultimate. And in Shaktaya Purana, Shakti is the ultimate. And then you have Upapuranas where Ganesha, like Mugdala Purana and all, Ganesha is the ultimate, Ayyappa is the ultimate. Ultimately, they will say everything is one, all paths lead to the same thing. That is how they usually say. So if you are reading only one, you become like a WhatsApp uncle. What do WhatsApp uncle do apart from sending you good morning messages every day? They give absurd forwards. So you become like that. But when you have 108 temples, you go to each temple, you find that they are telling the same story in a different way with their favorite god as the highest. Then you reach at the conclusion that these are good stories. You have to take the essence of it and not take the stories as such and become like blind fans of, like film stars have fans. You should not become fans of these gods, because ultimately everything is one. You reach to that stage. So I come, because I used to roam around. I never used to go to school. I used to roam around in all these temples. So I failed in my exams a lot. But it's better. Now my teachers say, yeah, you was my student. At that time, they never recognized me. In that, I have a hero. I don't know his name. Maybe a WhatsApp uncle only forwarded it, but this WhatsApp, I loved it. In Korea or somewhere, somebody became a billionaire, and he bought the school he studied and bulldozed it. I am waiting to be a billionaire.
So it looks like there was a lot of Leela in your childhood. So what is the difference between Leela and Maya?
See, Maya, basically the latest book is based on that. So I am just shifting the gears. So the latest book, Mahishasura, I wish there was a screen. I had made a big trailer using a lot of money and all, but I cannot show you that. It's like a film. So basically, Maya, it's one of the way of looking at life. As we see, there are different darshanas. We always called it as way of life or darshanas. Of which atheism also is one of the darshanas. So in this book also I'll tell, in Siyakaram also I had shown it. There was a character called Jabali. Slight deviation, tell the point. There was a character called Jabali in Ramayana. Valmiki Ramayana also is there. Some Ramayanas is elaborated a lot. Jabali is an atheist, but he is a minister of Dasharatha. So Dasharatha also had people from various opposing points of view and not just yes prime minister, yes minister kind of people. It was always different kind of people in this thing, so that you will have multiple opinions. That's the basic of India. So Jabali, when Rama is about to go, Jabali comes and stops Lord Rama and says that, why are you going? Your father gave a word. You and your father are different. These are all Charvaga arguments, materialistic argument. You and your father are two different people. Your father had given a blank check long ago to your stepmother. It is his duty to follow it or not. Why should you go? Because you are not an ordinary person. You are the prince of Ayodhya. You are the crown prince of Ayodhya. Your dedication should be to the people, not to your father. Because you have to listen to the people. That is the dharma of Ayodhya. He argues like that. That's our dharma of Raghuvamsha, that they always listen to the people. Why are you breaking your dharma? So Ramayana's greatest thing is that everywhere they give a dharma sankat. What is dharma sankat? Just to make the point. Dharma, if it is good versus bad, any idiot can choose it. Or any idiot will choose, and whatever he choose, he will say that is good. Like, I want Greenland kind of good. The problem comes when you don't know what is good. Now, Rama is every moment of Ramayana you can take this Dharma. Mahabharata also, we don't have time to explain it. You need an entire day. So, you give me a paid class, I'll come and take you. Now, Rama now has to choose between two dharmas. His dharma as the crown prince, his dharma as his father's son. The first test for Rama. Not first test, one of the first tests happened during Tadaka and all. But first test is here. He has to choose. He chooses his duty as his son. Because he says, I am just a crown prince. King has told. It's always argument. It's always debate. So when Rama argues, you feel he is right. When Jabali argues, you feel he is right. So it's not like India wants to know kind of debate. So Rama says, Lord Rama says, I will choose my father's side and I am going to go because he is the king and the king's will has to be done. Again Jabali says, if king's will has to be done, king should not take his personal thing. It is the people's will king has to do. Again counter argument. And you are talking about king's will. Then Rama says it is for king to pay for that. It is his karma bala. How does the karma bala affect? Dasharatha dies without any of his sons. That's a karma bala because all the praja is his sons. He went against them. So naturally, it affects him also as a karma bala. So Rama goes, then Jabali says one word. Jabali says, there will be a time when you will have to follow the people's will. Which comes again during the Sita Parityaga. Even when he is doing at killing Bali, this dilemma is there. Because it was Valmiki who wrote it. No, Valmiki ji could have written, Bali came, Ram gave 2 slaps, Bali died. Isn't it? He is the storyteller, Adi Kavi. Who is going to question him? I can't go and say, no, don't write like that, write like this. I can't say that. Why he wrote it comes the question. He wrote to clearly elucidate this point that Rama has to take a decision there. So he gave this thing that Bali will have double the this thing of power of the person who is directly facing him. Actually, Rama is infinite. What is the double of infinite? I don't think Valmiki was that bad in maths. So he was purposefully putting it. So now here, Rama, it's one of the greatest debates in Ramayana is the debate between Rama and Bali, which I had done it in Vanara a lot to bring it out. Rama is taking an action there, which is of lesser evil. But for that also he pays the price. In Krishna Avatar, Bali becomes Jara and kills Krishna. So this is a cycle which keeps on going. This cycle if you really think, they are all not real.
Right.
They are all like in a virtual, virtual world. So one of the theories in Rig Veda which comes is that we are all living in the dream of Brahma. And then the next debate comes, what if that Brahma himself is living in the dream of another Brahma? Ad infinitum. So the Kagabusandi story comes. In Ramayana, Kagabusandi comes every time Rama is born. And Kagabusandi, the sage says, in different parts of the world, different Ramayana is happening with different consequences. And I am going there every time Rama is born, and I will be keep on going it. Infinite number of Ramayanas. Again, is like a simulation.
Right.
So what happens, this entire thing is Maya. In that what particular drama or other thing happens, that is Leela. To make us sense. Otherwise, the life doesn't make any sense.
That's great.
Thank you.
It's a great segue for questions. I'll open it up to questions, but I'm warning you that I'm not going to take comments. I'll cut you off if you're going to do comments. You'll have about 2 sentences to ask your questions.
I will have more sentences to answer, hopefully.
Yeah, Anand, yeah. R.K. Rao. With one essay, A.K. Ramanujam had so much issues, but you written so many things with so many Ramayanas. Maybe your humor is saving you?
That's a good question.
Or what is it?
My stupidity might be saving me. Because A.K. Raman is a scholar, sir, I already told. For me, what is saving me perhaps is, that is not my only book. So Asura people come, I show Srimad Ramayana. Srimad Ramayana people come, I show Vanara. I am writing from all sides. So I am not doing it with any agenda or anything. I love this entire world, so I am exploring it from every angle.
Right, thank you.
That's great. Next question. In the back, somebody's...
Usually this is the first question I get everywhere. Why are you not being beaten up? This is the translation of sir's question.
Seated, yeah.
But this is the first time I am not seeing an exit for the speaker. Usually they bring us from the behind. So I all clear, mark everything clear, and then only come to talk.
All right. I had a question for you. Firstly, thank you for your session. Lovely
Yes, sir.
session. The
Thank you.
question is, what's your belief system on God? You've gone through so many versions of Ramayana, read so much, written so much. What's your belief system on God?
Do you believe in God? What is your belief
I am
system?
like any typical Hindu who in the morning is an atheist, afternoon he is a believer, evening he is an agnostic, and after 2 drinks he is a philosopher.
This is what is meant by spirituality.
Spirituality.
Hello, sir. So I had a question for you. You have written many different versions of Ramayana. Was there any particular version that challenged your belief? And if yes, have you included that? And is there any particular version of Ramayana you would want me to teach my son in this generation?
I think you should first teach the original Ramayana. Set the context first, because otherwise you will go mad in the sense that there are so many versions. You think about any version, you make up a version, and that version will be available written thousands of years ago. Very absurd, what you call absurd, but for those people who wrote absurd, is not absurd. No offense, men, please don't beat me up, but there are Ramayanas where Hanuman has multiple wives. This is something which shocked me. Half the agadas will get closed down. They all talk about Brahmacharya, right? But this is Thai Ramayana, so it's a problem of Thailand. Not our problem. But that is not what shocked. When I encountered first, there are a lot of South Indian versions of Ramayana where Sita is the daughter of Ravan. So even in Asura, I used it when I was researching for Asura. So I'll tell you one small incident. We have time, or it's 2 minutes. I'll try to tell this. There was a international Ramayana drama festival in Mumbai. Maharashtra government at that time also Fadnavis sir was ruling. They had organized it. I was called as the speaker for the event. And I spoke like this. because of my stupidity. So the entire cabinet, a lot of cabinet members are there, Fadnavis sir is there, everybody is there. And I told this that, so at that time the Rama Janmabhoomi consecration has not happened, the Prana Pratishtha had not happened. And I told that in Ramayana, many Ramayanas, innocently I told, Sita is the daughter of Ravan in front of this crowd. But they were very decent, they didn't do anything. But they were angry. And as soon as I came out, they started asking, why are you telling this? So I said, sir, it is there. I didn't write it. It is there. It's very ancient. So one of them are telling, yeah, I also heard my grandpa telling, that kind of thing was there. And then the international drama festival happened. So these are all the traditional dance dramas which are coming. From Thailand, from Indonesia, from Philippines. It's a Catholic Ramayana, by the way. Philippines, there is Muslim Ramayanas also. Philippines, I'm not joking, it's actually there. They were playing it, and every one of them, these are all, Thailand's prince is playing. In every one of them, Sita is the daughter of Ravan. So I have encountered at least 32, so it changes the entire plot of the thing. All the Ramayans perhaps which has gone through the trade from South India would have carried this. That is why all the coastal Indian Ocean places, islands where the Ramayana is there, Sita is the daughter of Ravan. So I use that in this. So with that, it answers your question, sir. If they had to beat me up, they had to beat the Thailand prince and all, and it would have been an international issue. So my stupidity saved me. But they were very sweet. Nobody takes it like that. I believe most of the controversies are, not all, but most of them are manufactured. India is one country which can hold multiple thoughts at the same time. So that's what I said, morning to evening to, that it gets evolved. So you slowly become a believer as you spend more and more time in the traffic. So like that it happens from atheism. Every day this cycle we go on.
There's somebody in the back.
Yeah.
All the way in the back. Okay. After that. Okay. This is the last question.
Hello, sir. So, what was your process for accumulating these many versions, like, and how did you decide which ones to include in your novel?
Process is basically I travel a lot. And I love watching performances. I really believe performers are the temple performers and temple storytellers, the Harikatha storytellers. They are the real storytellers of the country. And they know how to link it with the contemporary issues. That's why they are so relevant, even now in the villages. What to use? So a lot of my belief system would have come into it naturally. So I have used only 5 to 10% of what I had encountered. So I am stupid, but not that stupid to include everything what I encountered. So what you see is a somewhat censored version, but still it could shock many people who have seen only my television Ramayanas.
So I guess we're almost out of time. That was the last question. But I would just like to ask, we do have some time? Yeah, I just want to ask one last question. Is there a Telugu Ramayana that you think is, are there many versions of a Telugu Ramayana and Urdu Ramayanas, and which is your favorite Telugu one and Urdu one?
Telugu also, a lot of folk tales I have encountered, especially the folk songs where I get somebody to translate when I travel. Folk songs which is totally from Sita's point of view. So Siyakeram, I used a lot of them, where the entire thing is a domestic thing, it is told mostly, more than the classical ones. Because classical ones follow a tradition, but the folk songs is what I get very attached to. Yeah. Because what happens is it tells the problem of, it shows how Ramayana was used in day-to-day life rather than for preaching. So the Sita's, when Sita's marriage happens, Sita, how she should behave to the mother-in-law, all these kind of songs which come. So they're so earthy in the tone. I've used a lot of them in my book, in many Ramayanas.
Yeah, I see. Okay. In addition to your many talents, do you sing also?
No. Not at all. My wife sings, and that is how we met. When I sing, I have a dog. He's 14 years old. He sings with me. Or he's having visions and he howls. So I don't dare to sing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This
Thank
was
you
an
for that.
amazing session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.